Some big news for Hardware 3 full self-driving owners. This latest version of the base OS, which is 2026.8.6, comes with some changes under the hood. A lot of people have been reporting these, and up until now, it's been pure speculation. However, we recently had a very reputable source confirm that there have been changes happening quietly behind the scenes. Some of the weights have been consolidated across models, whereas they were isolated based on the processor type on the infotainment side, AMD versus the Intel, and then also the model of the vehicles was separated. Now, with this latest version, we are noticing some different bank sizes. You can find that in the service menu, but with all of the technical jargon aside, I'm hearing reports that Hardware 3 is responding to emergency vehicles. So I'm on the hunt here for that right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to find one. I feel a little bit goofy trying to hunt down an ambulance, but I live fairly close to a hospital. So I'm going to head over there right now and see what I can find. And then I'll comment a little bit on some of the things that I've seen over the past 3 days. And we're off. I have some breaking news. There have been 2 unconfirmed reports from vehicle owners that the update for 2026.8.6, which I have right now, that I'm commenting on and reviewing, it was pulled due to delays with loading the rear camera and receiving the error "camera temporarily unavailable." The scope of the bug is not known, but it is impacting all Tesla vehicles. I have seen more than 2 reports now on X, so this seems to be a real thing. Another thing I wanted to comment on really quickly is the fact that Tesla has cracked down on hackers outside of the United States who have figured out a way to utilize third-party programs to activate full self-driving in their vehicles, despite the suite not being approved for use in their country. Now, this is quite interesting because a patch was not released through a software update, but rather remotely through Tesla, which is really interesting. It's the first I've ever heard of that situation. Now, it sounds like even though this was done on the back end side, the hackers may find a way to work around that. However, I'm sure that Tesla will find yet another way on the back end to patch it because this is not allowed. However, really good news, it is now available to be used in the Netherlands. This is a huge step forward for Europe, and I can't wait until other countries can learn from all of the tests and all the validation that they went through to find out that it truly is safe and very reliable for daily use. So it's going to sound really strange, but people are reporting a lot of mixed things about this latest version. People are saying that there's brake stabbing, also known as phantom braking. Other people are saying it kind of ping-pongs in the lanes. I have witnessed that it is a little bit more sensitive to things in the road. It seems to be reacting more in real time to road patches on the road, or if you have some uneven road. I've heard with, I haven't tested this yet, but with speed bumps, I'm hearing that there are some new behaviors. It basically will slow down a little bit more for speed bumps. So these are real things that people are seeing. Perhaps the biggest difference is the driver monitoring system. It has become a lot more lenient. Now, I did a test previously, and I found that with 2026.8.3, which was the previous version, which came out around the middle of March, you could only look away for 3 seconds, and then you had to look at the road for a second. And that was the ratio, 1 to 3. Now, it's more like 1 to 7 or 1 to 10. A gentleman on X commented very recently that it was 10 seconds that he could look away from the road. I have not confirmed or validated that yet, but I can say for a fact that full self-driving is moving over early to take turns, and the turn signal goes on a lot earlier than it used to. In fact, it will sometimes even get into the wrong turn lane, a road ahead of the road it's supposed to be turning on. For example, I was supposed to get on a highway, and I had to cross over the highway and then turn left to merge onto the highway going east. However, my car got in the left turn lane before going over the highway. And it was an overpass. I was on a bridge and I had to go across the highway to then go left and merge on. And it missed that bridge and got in the left turn lane ahead of that. And it really threw me off because I'm looking at the maps and it said I still had to go straight. And the blue line was showing on the nav that we had to continue going straight. Anyway, that is one difference. And I've noticed it on side streets. I've noticed it all across the board. It's kind of reacting a little bit earlier in cases. And then lane selection overall, it seems to be a little bit more jittery with changing lanes. Like right now, it's kind of moving back and forth in this lane, and we're on kind of an uneven road. And if you look very carefully, this road is very uneven. There's a lot of patches here, and my steering wheel is moving. Let me see if you can get a good view of my steering wheel. It is moving back and forth, and that it really didn't used to do that. Hopefully you'll see it here coming up as we make a turn onto this next road. But that is a small, subtle change. Other people are noticing, and I haven't seen this too much, but on the screen itself, the tentacle, a lot of people are saying that the tentacle has changed. I'm very curious to hear what changes you have observed with this latest version, if you have hardware 3 with full self-driving, because I'm hearing mixed reactions. And some people are really adamant that there have been no changes at all. And I don't blame them. This is the same full self-driving version. This is 12.6.4 that we've had ever since February 2025. But for sure, this is different. And it takes a couple of days to really confirm and validate that. And a lot of this is up to the person. You know, a person could say, oh, it did it differently now. And then they're convinced that it did it differently. And in reality, it didn't do it differently at all. And that's the nature of AI. AI is going to react differently every single time you take it somewhere. Here we go. We've got an ambulance right up here. This is perfect. Okay, I'm not sure. It's on the other side of the road. I'm not sure if we're going to see it here. Let's see on the screen if it detects. Okay, that's a police vehicle. They're pulling someone over. My car is not slowing down. It's just slowing down for this traffic light up here. Let's see if I can take over manual. Oh, the police vehicle just left. Okay, the hospital is up here on the right. So we have a little bit of a chance that we will run into an ambulance. And I'm just gonna go back and forth, and I'm probably gonna stop recording. Hopefully I can catch one here without wasting too much time. Oh, there was an ambulance right there, but they didn't have their lights on. I would really like to see if that has changed. I am skeptical. Guys, I'm going to say that right now. I'm very skeptical that that's been added in. So anyway, this is really fascinating to see because hardware 3 owners have been left in the dust. And I can't even tell you how many people have lost hope in hardware 3. Please, I beg of you, and I am not saying this as a privileged fanboy that's just like drinking the Kool-Aid. People have said all that sort of stuff about me. No, I really do trust and believe Tesla on this, and they've said it multiple times. If unsupervised will not be possible with hardware 3, there will be a free upgrade for hardware 3 owners, a free hardware upgrade. Now, there's going to be a free software upgrade as well for hardware 3 owners, and that's due out, well, they said earlier that it would be the second quarter, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be by the end of this year now. I'm pretty certain of that. But we could be surprised. We could get it soon, by the end of June. So version 14 Lite, what I'm talking about is version 14 Lite. That is coming. And so many people are like, oh, yeah, right. Sure it is. Sure it is. You guys have not been around long enough with Tesla to know that Tesla says a lot of things and it just takes a real long time, but eventually they do deliver. And Tesla has good intentions. They're not just saying this stuff to stir up the community and lie. I honestly believe, and I'm gonna stop talking about this, guys. It gets me nowhere. It gets you nowhere. But please be patient. That's all I can ask. Now here's a great example. It was going to do a U-turn up there earlier. Now did you see that stuttering? That was interesting. And I think it's going to actually try to pull off a U-turn here. Oh no, it's going down this road. But that's a perfect example where it actually took the earlier left turn to do the U-turn. And now it's trying to circle around here. We're going to have to go down a side street. Some jerkiness I'm noticing with the steering wheel. That is something that I'm not a fan of. Okay, in a fairly challenging unprotected left turn here. We're going to see how it handles this. And just to give you a better perspective here, there's the left side and it's clear. And you're going to notice here on the right side, we have still quite a bit of cars. We've come out a little bit and we have someone right behind us. There we go. Shows the perfect timing and came out. Oh, that's so nice. It's exactly what I would have done. I love how it does stuff like that. It just says, hey, you're too slow, I'm going around you. Now, is it going to pull off a U-turn here? Let's find out. Oh, okay, this is a spot I need to take over. I guess it kind of got afraid. It could have done it, but it got afraid there. I take my car back and forth here, really trying to find an ambulance or some sort of emergency vehicle. So I'm just kind of going in an infinite loop, more or less. This kind of reminds me of the Truman Show. I feel like I'm kind of part of a simulation here. I feel like if somebody sees me in the same spot twice or 3 or 4 or 5 times, they're going to start wondering what's going on. Coming up here, it does attempt to do that same U-turn and it fails yet again. So I do have to take over. I didn't have to go in reverse, but it is a little bit of a shame that it didn't actually do that there. And then coming up, you're going to see an interesting intersection with a stop sign that is folded in half. Take a look at this. I've covered this in other videos, but this is quite common in my area, and Full Self-Driving doesn't skip a beat. It just processes it like any other intersection and does not stop at all, even though the stop sign is visualized on the screen. Now that was the first time I've seen that show up. That's the right fender camera, and it was blinded by the lights from the car behind us. Now what I'm referring to here is something that you missed because I have my screen cropped. I'm going to show you the full screen here because an interesting camera view showed up for the first time that I've ever seen, where it showed that my right fender or left fender camera was blocked. It was actually blinded by the car's lights behind me. After the drive, I did clean it and see a difference, so I understand why they added sprayers on the robotaxi now. One thing I'd like you to observe here is the steering wheel movement. It seems to be jerky, a lot more jerky than it used to be in the previous version. I don't know if this is just due to combining the weights among the different versions, but it's definitely a noticeable regression, I would say. And there again, we couldn't complete the U-turn. It had some abrupt braking there and put me in a little bit of an awkward position. Obviously, I wouldn't have let it do that if I didn't know that I could take over and go in reverse quickly. You know, there was no car coming in my lane, but that's obviously not ideal. So for any Hardware 3 owner out there using FSD, be careful with U-turns. Now what I want you to see here is on the right, a vehicle is coming out of a parking lot. Watch the speedometer here on the left. It dramatically reduces in speed. Now there was some brake stabbing for that car coming out of the parking lot. It didn't get picked up on the camera there, but it was definitely stabbing the brakes out of caution. I don't blame it, but I feel like previously it would not have overreacted like that. I mean, I thought it was cool, but for someone that's in the car, they're like, oh, what's going on? Like something dangerous. And that's just a normal thing. I mean, they were coming up, you know they're going to stop, but they were coming out a little bit fast out of that parking lot. Clear on the left, clear on the right. It hesitated, it kind of stabbed the brakes ever so slightly there, but I'd rather have it take caution than not. And there was a perfect example. It tried to turn left ahead of the intersection and then had to abort and get back into the lane. Really interesting behavior, and it is definitely repeatable. We've been out here for an hour and no emergency vehicles, no ambulances, nothing. So we're going to have to finish this drive. Again, I'm very curious to hear from you down in the comments. What has your experience been so far with 2026.8.6? Have you noticed differences? What have they been? Would love to hear from all of you. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one.